So let's talk about illegal immigration. We know the numbers at the border are astronomically down. We know that the number of Border Patrol now outnumber the number of illegal border crossers. So the big focus on ICE, and they're going to start in Los Angeles this weekend for the first time. They're telegraphing, but I think they know what they're doing, is to get illegal criminals out. The question is now, when it comes to businesses, how do you clamp down on them to get more Americans in the job market? And that's one message was E-Verify. The other is individual states and cities coming down with some type of penalties should you knowingly hire an illegal immigrant.
So this is what Montana is
Montana is warning business owners, and they're saying if you intentionally hire illegals, you could face major consequences. It's a new proposal in the state legislature, and they are arguing that hiring illegals actually harms the American worker because they're taking Americans' jobs. And if you violate the law, you lose your license. It allows the AG and the county attorneys it allows them to have the money to make sure the law is followed, and it also allows people who are negatively impacted by hiring illegals to sue.
So this is what the lawmakers are saying. They're saying having employers that are knowingly coming in and bringing in illegal aliens who they know should not be in our country, and they know they should not be hiring them, and they're intentionally doing that. There needs to be stiff penalties. 4 years from now, we might be sitting in a situation where we have a Democrat president that is going to completely undo Trump's border policy and bring back Biden's border policy. You know, I think about that sometimes. I do feel sorry for some of the illegals that they were lied to from the Biden administration. They told them that they can come into this country and they can just get all these jobs, that it was okay for them to stay. But that's not true. We have laws on the books. And now what we have is a president that's saying, we're going to enforce those laws. He's not making any new laws. He's just enforcing every single thing that was on the books before. And as a result, you see the cartel is finally on the run. That hasn't happened in decades.
Right. MS-13 has been declared a terror organization.
Yep, Trinidad.
TDA is same thing. And that allows us to go after them the way we'd go after Al-Qaeda and ISIS, which is fascinating. It gets them on the run. And now we got some cooperation with the Mexican military. So I think right now you're seeing massive law enforcement. And I think fundamentally they'll be, in 2 years, I think we'll be on this couch, talking about work visas, because we need workers in this country. We just need to organize the situation.
The president said he wants
taxes
that.
into it, yeah. And then, of course, keeping our first-round draft picks from Stanford and the University of Pennsylvania here rather than send them back to their countries.
We live in New York. There are a lot of people here on work visas, but they did it the right way.
Absolutely.
They came in. We have their paperwork. They are paying taxes, and there are a lot of families that need them to work for them, but they're doing it the right way. Now, illegal border crossings down 93% since Trump took office. The average daily crossing last February under Biden was about 3,000 a day. This month, a year later in February, it's 359 per day.
Actually, I will say this. I find it very troubling what's happening in Los Angeles, though. You see, Tom Homan's group, ICE, the U.S. Marshal Service, and all the ATF and all the Joint Task Force are targeting criminal aliens. These are people that are rapists, murderers. You have activists that are notifying them on bullhorns in these communities. What are you thinking? There has to be some criminal punishment for this. This is not free speech to notify the criminals when the cops are coming. It's like a lookout. Are you now part of the enterprise? I expect Pam Bondi to go after some of these people, and she's already said the people that are doing the leaking, you got Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem saying they're going to get lie detector tests now to prove who's the person that is out there leaking this information to the criminals.
Right,
they're interfering with an investigation. And if you know someone's here illegally and you don't report it, that would be considered a crime, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if you know that someone murdered their mom and you didn't report it, then you're complicit too.
That's right. We'll be following it.